I did something unusual. I sold all of my Kamado Joes. Stick around to the end of this video and I'll tell you all the reasons why I did it and what my plans are. I'm Scott from Bartlow's Barbecue, and let's get into it. I sold my Kamado Joe Classic 2, my Joe Jr. and their cedar carts with it so that I could save up enough money to buy the Kamado Joe Big Joe 3. I thought I had you going there for a second. I'm not getting rid of Kamado Joe, I love it. But I'm gonna share 3 reasons why I upgraded to the Big Joe and really answer the question, does size matter and what is the right size Kamado for you? And share some learnings, especially learnings the past 6 months that I did not anticipate. So let's get into it. The first reason I decided to sell all those Kamados to upgrade to the Big Joe 3 is capacity and catering. So 6 months ago, I started getting asked to cater for nonprofits, some neighbors, and also my church. And I was running 3 different Kamados in my backyard to accomplish all the proteins and the needs that they had. And although it was very doable, it was very hectic at the same time. And I had a lot of fun doing it, and I plan on to continue to do that over the years. And I just thought to myself, through those experiences last summer, I wish I had one large grill and Kamado that could just handle the majority of all the proteins for large gatherings and catering events. And so that's what really led me to really consider the Big Joe 3 specifically, was capacity and also catering inquiries, and that really met my unique circumstances of the first reason why I decided to upgrade. So I'll pose that to you, is what does size really matter? I think it does, and I think it really depends on what your needs are. And if you want to learn about pricing and different sizes and styles of Kamado Joes, I've got a video here that I did that you can watch all of the details of those videos. But you got to ask yourself, what is the purpose, and on an ongoing basis, what are you going to be cooking? But also something I didn't anticipate was going to be cooking for large gatherings often, but over time of getting into it and as you perfect what you do, more people learn about it and they want to experience that as well. And so that's something you might consider, is the Big Joe for large gatherings and catering. But even if you don't start out with that anticipation, you'll never regret having a larger grill space, I'll tell you that. And I can't wait to receive it. It's on back order, should be here in March. Stay tuned, subscribe to the channel as well so you don't miss that unboxing. So let's get into the second reason. The second reason we upgraded to the Big Joe 3 was outdoor living space upgrades. If you've watched the channel for a period of time, this used to be the primary spot for all my Kamados, my grills that I've added over the years, and it was becoming a dominant space for cooking and living at the same time. And so after talking to my wife, we decided we wanted to have separate spaces for the living, cooking, and also our fire pit zone as well. And so that kind of prompted us to get creative on what we're going to do. So we added some couches, a rug, took out the old light and added a nice light and a fan. We live in Oklahoma, so it gets hot in the summer, so that's going to be a huge bonus this summer and spring. Then we added a TV. Don't worry, over time that TV will get larger. There's a storage space for accessories for outdoor living from Solo Stove. And then I'll throw a shot as I'm talking, but this is my outdoor fire pit patio for my Solo Stove, and it can seat 4 to 6 people out there as well. And so we just love living outdoors, not only cooking, but just enjoying each other's company. So when we decided to do this as well as a family, I had to get creative. Whenever I did upgrade to the Big Joe 3, I need to find another area to put that. So I'll show you here in a little bit the new grilling zone and my plans to upgrade that as part of the outdoor living experience. And if you want to see a video on the outdoor upgrades to the grill area, put it in the comments below. Let me know what you think. So those are the reasons, number 2, what made us prompt us to fast forward upgrading to the Big Joe 3. So let's get into the third reason. Well, the last reason we're upgrading the Big Joe 3 is storage and upgrading the new grill studio area. I just wanted an excuse to have a grilling area that's separate and upgrade it to kind of solve storage solutions and also have a separate space for my grills, separate from living. So a good excuse to make a barbecue studio. So this is a small space, but enough for what I anticipate I want to do for the future, at least for this current future that I'm aware of. So let me just share a few things. As you add grills and accessories, you're going to add things and need storage solutions. So that's what allowed me to get the solo stove storage station to solve that. Plus I use my garage as well. So that's number one reason, is solve storage solutions. You have another space that's not crowding the other living space. The other reason is want to upgrade this space. So what we're going to do is we are going to have the Big Joe here. We're adding the Joe Jr. back. I'll explain that in future videos, but I'm gonna be using that for weekday cooks and Big Joe for the larger catering. So I can't get rid of the Joe Jr. and bring it back. Thankful to Kamado to helping me get that while I'm waiting for the Big Joe to arrive in March. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss those future unboxing videos on the Junior and the Big Joe. But here's my agenda for this space. Add more concrete or type of flooring solution to extend this grill patio out further. I'm gonna add outlet up top for lighting, outlet at the bottom on this wall for like the rotisserie and other accessories. And then we are going to do some type of awning. I have this cool awning with corrugated metal from the front of my patio, my front of my house. And I think I'm gonna use that similar material to do an awning to give you some coverage here. To make it feel like a barbecue shack, I'm gonna also add the corrugated metal on this wall here, plus the lights to kind of make it pop and make it feel more like a cool grilling space. Again, extend the patio out. And then I'm gonna come up with some other storage solutions in this space and maybe some prep table space. So if you have any ideas of what we could do, put in the comments what you think we could possibly do, maybe some ideas I'm not thinking of. I would love to hear from you because this summer I plan on doing some major upgrades to this space. So I'd love to hear from you, and I hope this was helpful as you think about reasons why you upgrade to a Big Joe 3 and what the right size Kamado is for you. Well, thanks for tuning in and learning the reasons why I sold my Kamado Joes to upgrade to the Big Joe 3. Maybe that got you thinking a little bit about your backyard scenario and what is the right size grill for you, and maybe anticipate some learnings you don't anticipate encountering that you might need to think about as you continue to perfect your barbecue and we do it together on this channel and share best practices. You sometimes will grow into something that you never ever would ever imagine would be your backyard barbecue experience. I know that's been true for my story, and I hope it's helpful for you. And definitely when it comes to Kamado Joe cooking, my agenda is to use that Joe Jr. During the weekday and the Big Joe for larger gatherings and catering events on the weekends. So that's my quick solution and plan for the future. And I know as you grow and you add things and you have new experiences, I'm sure there's going to be new types of grills that might enter the channel as well, and we might have to continue adding on to this new grill area. But I cannot wait to hear from you and your thoughts on the Big Joe 3 and updating your living area. And if you want to stay tuned on making sure you don't miss any of those videos of maybe the upgrade to the barbecue studio, also the unboxing of the Big Joe, the Joe Jr. and future recipes. And I've got some fun recipes I can't wait to share coming up that I haven't done. And so be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments what you thought of today's video. So again, from my backyard to yours, less hate, more love, good barbecue. Till next time.